Good afternoon, everybody. I thought it'd be fun to tell you a story. Not really fun, but it's been on my mind and I thought I might share it with you. So, when I was married to my narcissist husband, I had done everything I could to try and find a little peace and solitude in my day. So we had a little hot tub in the backyard, and I would get home as fast as possible before he would get home so I could get in the hot tub and just have some solitude and some peace. So one day I'm out there and he does get home eventually, because I'm really gonna be like in there for a while. I will stay in there as long as I possibly can. I don't care how pruny I get. So he gets home and he sits next to the hot tub and wants to talk to me about his kids. So, little background, we're a blended family. I had two kids that are older than his, and they were both in college. One was out of state college and living with roommates. Another was doing community college at the time and living at home still. And I had spent my life with my children from day one preparing for this time, like making sure money was lined up for them to go to college and everything like that. Like I had prepped them and all of these things. So my kids were covered. And he sits down next to me and says that, he goes, "How come my kids are such a wreck and a mess and yours are doing just great?" And I'm thinking, holy crap, man. Like, the reason your kids are having such a hard time is because you didn't give them any guidance their whole life. Like, mind you, I came in when they were like 9 and 10 years old, and I was there for 9 years. So one was in college at the time of this conversation and got a full scholarship based on academics. She was doing really good academically. However, once she got to college, she just effed off and decided to date everybody and find her favorite social things to do, and was kicked out of school. She got kicked out of her university, lost her scholarship. And then his daughter, just after her, they're only like a year apart, was a senior in high school during this conversation, had scholarship options due to her athletic ability. She was like number 1 in state for female high jump, also on the basketball team, doing really well, and had a lot of opportunities, but chose not to accept any of them and instead be with her partner instead. And he's wondering why his kids are making bad choices and mine aren't. And I'm not saying anything to him, because if I tell him the truth of what I'm thinking, well, you never showed them any boundaries or discipline. You let them run free. You didn't parent them at all. You didn't prepare them for the real world or what they needed to know in order to be successful in this world and in college and all of the above. Like, you didn't do anything to help them. He spent his whole adult life just finding the party, being drunk, being completely absent. Of course, these girls have no direction and can't make good choices because you didn't train them to. You didn't help them in any way. You weren't a parent. The only time you wanted anything to do with your kids is during a celebration ceremony, because against all odds of you being the worst parent I've ever seen, your kids actually did achieve. They actually were doing really well, getting scholarships and everything. Like, come on. But he doesn't see that. He just sees the stuff that they're doing that he doesn't approve of. And I'm just like, what a jerk. What a complete jerk. You're, one, not recognizing the achievements they have made and only focusing on what they haven't done, but taking no responsibility in any of it. So anyway, all I said was, I don't know, dude. It's a mystery. Because if I had said the truth, I would have suffered by him. As we have talked about in other videos, this guy was not friendly to me behind closed doors. He was abusive in many, many ways. And being a narcissist, it was all about what people perceived was going on. Were we looking like the perfect family and everything, when absolutely we were not the perfect family, but he wanted everybody to think that that's what was going on. So anyway, just a little story. Don't know if that's gonna resonate with any of you. If it helps at all, I have broken free and gotten the heck out of there, because he was just the most toxic person I think I've ever met in my life. I just feel so awful for those girls. But anyway, if this helped you in any way, shape, or form, or you have any topics you want me to talk about, I would be more than happy to. Please like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments, what do you think? Like, how would you have responded to that, knowing that if you said the truth, you would have been abused after? Would you cut and run like I did? What do you think? Have a good day. Bye.